Alright, before I turn off the camera for tonight, I'm going to apologize now. Again, the upload speed here at the Red Rock is not great. So I apologize for that up front. So this is going to post in the middle of the night. And I apologize. Again, Canadian, right? Artemi Panarin's agent came out today and stuck his foot in his mouth. And I don't think he realizes he's sticking his foot in his mouth. Daniel Milstein updated his client's position on playing in Columbus in a lengthy interview with the Athletics' Aaron Portzline. And yeah, he confirms, that he's not sure. And let's just go through the wording and then we'll unpack it. Panarin loves the team, he loves the coach. It's not the team or the way they treat him. It's about, does he want to spend the next 8 years in Columbus? That's the only thing at stake right now. If it was a 2-year deal, we probably would have done it. But it isn't a 2-year deal. It's going to have to be an extended 7 or 8 year deal put in place. Panarin wasn't drafted by Columbus, so they can't give him an 8-year deal. This is where my ears perk up and go, wait a minute. The agent knows they can't get an 8-year deal from a team that didn't draft him, right? That it has to be 7. Milstein also confirmed that Kekalainen is indeed still testing the waters on a trade for the dynamic winger, though it appears nothing significant has materialized up till this point. Jarmo's trying to find a trade partner, he said, and if the team wants to know about his long-term plans, Jarmo would have to give the opposing GM permission to speak with me. I have not asked Kekalainen to speak to any clubs, and certainly he hasn't asked me if I would be willing to talk to any clubs. I believe all 30 clubs would love to have him, but I can't see anybody trading for him without picking up the phone and checking with me first. And then they go on about where he might go, who might want him, what he might fetch. This is why agents need to just be agents and not PR guys. They're terrible PR guys. This is where sports agents get themselves in trouble. You're not Jerry Maguire. Just don't talk to the media. Don't. When you're in a situation where a team might be better off looking into trading your client, don't say anything. The way it's phrased, and I don't have, because it's in text, I don't have his inflection. But it sounds like, well, he's not going to want to spend 8 years in Columbus. It sounds bad. And it makes you wonder, like, so where does Panarin want to go? Like, I can assume that the jersey I'm wearing of the Oilers, he wouldn't want to wear that for 8 years either. And I only say that because, there are certain locations that players have been known to say no to. Canadian teams due to taxes very often. So does he want to go to Florida, Tampa, LA? Are taxes too high in LA? Does he want to come here to Vegas? Where does he want to go? It's a tricky situation because to come out and say it is kind of weird. Because at the same time he says, well, yeah, Jarmo's looking into it, but I haven't been asked about anything, and he hasn't asked me about anything. Then how do you know what Jarmo Kekalainen's doing right now? Because you're saying nothing's happened. And ta-da! Again, agents really shouldn't talk. They shouldn't. What this is going to do now is it's going to ramp up talks, to which Erik Karlsson's going to say thanks, because it'll take Erik Karlsson off the front page for a bit. The Karlsson trade, it's stalled, and it's tricky to do. Not because a team's not going to be willing to give up for Karlsson. It's, if we didn't have a salary cap, the deal would have got done a while ago. I really believe that. I think if we didn't have to worry about salary cap concerns, Karlsson probably gets traded at the draft table. But salary cap being what it is, he hasn't gone anywhere yet. And it's going to be very difficult to make that work. And now we've got Panarin kind of knocking that off the front page thanks to his agent. I would imagine that if you're the GM of the Blue Jackets, you don't want that out there. You got to be like, oh, come on. It's hard enough for me to do this as it is. Artemi Panarin had, I think, the best year of his career last year in Columbus. I think he was fantastic. Now this will overshadow it. Panarin is legitimately one of the top... Okay, I'm not getting into where he is in terms of wingers in the league, but he's an excellent player. He is capable of 80 points in a season, and it doesn't appear that going from Chicago to Columbus has hurt his game at all. Now, this extension is why Stan Bowman traded him. Bowman wanted to get Saad back because he had some kind of certainty for cap reasons. And he traded out Panarin before this happened in Chicago. What if Artemi Panarin had not been traded by the Hawks, and right now he was making rumblings about, I don't know if I want to stay here. Bowman made the right call. I don't know that he got back the right guys, but it appears at this point he made the right call. And again, you know, I'm not saying that to cut down Saad. I'm really not. I'm just saying, you know, the Hawks made a tough decision a year ago to get rid of Panarin. Short term, it looks like a loss, but maybe long term it'll be a win. Because if Panarin walks away from Columbus, and if Columbus can't get enough back for him, we turn back and we go, you know what, Chicago was kind of smart getting rid of him when they could. It makes Panarin sound like a diva, whether he is or he isn't. It makes him sound that way. I'm not saying that he is. But it's going to be very difficult from here for Panarin deal to go through and to find a place here where if this drags into the season, that it's not going to be a distraction for Panarin or the team or both. If this drags into the season, because it's not that he hasn't signed an extension, it's that we know he's hesitant to sign an extension in Columbus. That's the problem. If he just came out and said, well, I don't know about an extension yet, we'll see, and if this was just we're not sure about the direction of the team, I could almost understand. But now it's come out and been like, I don't know if he wants to go in Columbus. Yeah, he loves the team and the coach and everything, but Columbus, it makes it sound really bad. And again, people are going to come and say, like, I wouldn't want to stay in Columbus either. Right, and there's people who wouldn't want to stay in Edmonton or Buffalo or Vancouver or Calgary, wherever. But, you know, a professional athlete being paid $6 million a year, you just don't expect this. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. A, how much is he worth? Because he's going to get a big payday, I believe. And B, where do you think he fits the best? I think if Chicago could somehow find a way to get him back, I think it would be the best move for Chicago. They could get right back into the playoffs. But how do you make it work? Bowman would have to make a deal and get him under the cap before trading for him. So we would have to get Kekalainen's okay and talk to him and get a contract signed before bringing him back to Chicago. Outside of that, I don't know that 30 teams would necessarily be after Panarin because again, not every team is in a really good cap position. So there's going to be teams that say, yeah, we'd love to have him, but. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'd be interested to know what you think. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.